So, today I'm here with Mr. Kettlebell himself, Andrew. Here we go. And yeah, Andrew, nice to get to know you in front of the camera. Let us know a little bit about yourself. What's your background, where you're from, what's your passion, and what are you here for at Essen?
So I am from New Jersey. I came to California when I was about 18 years old because I was looking for adventure and I wanted to live in the mountains and become a ski bum for a couple of years. And I was working towards becoming a ski patroller when I stumbled into the healthcare profession. So I was getting my ski patrol certification and I was working in the hospital up in South Lake Tahoe. And then at that point I decided I want to become a registered nurse. So I moved to Santa Cruz, California. I lived there for a couple of years and I went to nursing school. And I worked as a registered nurse for about 10 years between there and also here in San Francisco for about 7 years. While I was doing all that, I became an endurance addict. I started running marathons for a long time. And then I got to my goal. I qualified for the Boston Marathon. I ran that a couple times, and then I got into triathlons. And slowly over time, from doing all that repetitive motion of running and cycling, I started to have a lot of back pain, and my time started to slow down because I think I was coming into like adrenal fatigue. And that's when I started to get really into yoga. I was starting to feel really stiff, starting to have neck pain and back pain. I started doing some yoga and I noticed that was helping me a lot. And then a friend of mine had suggested that I take this Czech holistic lifestyle coaching course. And I flew up to Portland for this 3-day course, and they have you fill out this questionnaire. It's the full lifestyle assessment questionnaire. And I was like, I'm the healthiest guy of all my friends. I'm going to do great at this. And I started taking the test, and I was like, I was very tempted to start to lie because I was like, I had this image in my mind of what I was, and then I'm taking this test and I'm realizing, oh my God, I'm not doing any of this stuff right. And so I started to apply the things that I started to learn at that course. And at the time I was a vegetarian, and so I started eating meat. I started eliminating grains from my diet, and I can immediately tell a difference when I started to get all of those inflammatory foods out of my diet. Because even though I wasn't overweight or anything, but I was skinny fat, like they say, where you're really inflamed in your gut, but you don't necessarily pack on any fat. And then I started to do the Czech exercise coach course, and part of that course is one of your classmates writes a program for you, and I took it really seriously. I really did the program, and then I started all of those imbalances that I had started to really even out, and my strength went way up, and now I mean, compared to when I was doing Ironman triathlons, I used to work out more on Saturday than I do all week long. My Saturday used to consist of a 6-hour bike ride followed by a 2-hour run. Now I might work out 6 hours all week long. So I'm feeling much better. My energy overall is way up, and my body feels a whole lot better.
And you get a lot of experience in kettlebells, right?
Yeah, so kettlebells, I used to hate weightlifting because I thought it was really boring. I learned the traditional way of weightlifting, which is basically training like a bodybuilder, where you're isolating single muscles, and it's not very exciting. There's nothing, there's no, I don't know. I like kettlebells because they're slightly dangerous. You start swinging a big hunk of iron around your head, it really forces you to pay attention.
Yeah. Do you have like one specific exercise in mind when somebody's a total beginner with kettlebells? What he can start with, or she?
Single arm swings.
Single arm swings.
I think the single arm swing it's one of the most underrated exercises that you can do with a kettlebell.
Nice.
In terms of like building explosive power, the single arm swing is the way to go. Way more so than the double arm swing, because with the single arm swing you're fighting this rotation. So the kettlebell is trying to pull you this way, you're trying to pull back against the weight. Whereas if you're just doing the two arm swing, you're just getting the hip hinge, which is good. But this adds another element of it.
Nice. Thank you, Andrew.
You're welcome.